Welcome to the coolest stuff on the planet.
Greetings and welcome to the podcast. I am, of course, Rachel.
And my name is Matthew. Good to see you.
And this is the coolest stuff on the planet. Nice little podcast where we travel a little bit. So today's topic takes us back to Australia and not too far from where we were before, Matt. Mm-hmm. It's not too far from Uluru.
That's right, because today's topic takes us to the Northern Territory in a little town called Alice Springs.
Nice.
So Alice Springs is a desert town famous for a very unusual sporting event, Rachel. Camel racing. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a lot like Mario Kart, except for with humans and camels.
Camels that spit.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to that in a minute.
Of course.
So specifically, this race is called the Camel Cup. It's been held in the town since 1970, and it had a funny start, actually. Mm-hmm. It was started because apparently two friends, or two mates, if you will. I guess there was a bet, and so they ended up racing camels in the creek bed that runs through the town, and so that's how the event got its start.
And you might be wondering, wait a minute, camels in Australia? Something doesn't seem right here. Well, in case you weren't aware, as we were not aware, Australia is home to a sizable population of camels. I think the current number is approaching 1 million?
Yeah, it's a lot.
A lot of camels.
Yeah, so camels, here's the story. Camels were brought to Australia in about the mid-19th century to help when they first started kind of exploring the country. Okay. They thought, camel, desert animal, be good for exploring.
Transportation.
It'll be good out there in the Outback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what they did. They were imported from Afghanistan, I think a few other countries, and they were used for that purpose until modern transportation started to creep in, railroads and such.
Dune buggies.
And then they weren't needed anymore, so they released them out into the Outback. Mm-hmm. So every July, the town of Alice Springs hosts this camel race called Camel Cup. They even have, there's a proper track, a circular track. There are spectator stands. There are food and souvenir stalls. So it's kind of there are even jockeys that ride the camels.
Yeah.
Jockeys.
Yeah.
In air quotes. Although ride is kind of a loose term for what they do.
Okay, it's more like hang on.
Yeah.
Camels.
Hold on for your life.
Yeah, seriously, because these aren't docile animals we're talking about. These are snarling, barking, spitting animals, and they aren't very cooperative either. Allegedly. Sorry, camel, whatever faction that I'm hurting their feelings right now. So when the race starts, the camels might take off like kind of a shot in the right direction, or they might refuse to move, or they might move in the opposite direction, or maybe they might hang a left. Well, they could even buck their riders off, which tends to occur.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a crapshoot because they're camels and they do what they want.
Yeah, that's right.
So like, I'm a camel, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah, they don't take no crap from nobody.
Yeah, but apparently that's what makes the event really fun to watch, and I can understand that. Judging from what I've seen, it looks pretty funny. Mm-hmm. But yeah, people go to see this, this crazy event, and whether or not they think the jockeys are crazy or not, they still go to support them.
Yeah, well, the event, which is sponsored by the local Lions Club, it's actually a charity event and isn't supposed to be taken seriously. It's an excuse to raise funds and, well, pretty much have a good time watching people get thrown by, spit upon, and generally abused by camels.
Try to get camels to race properly.
Yes. And there are other events at these camel races, including parades, other camel activities for children, camel spitting for kids, etc.
Camel spitting for kids.
Yeah.
Huh? Is that where you spit on camels?
Yes, you spit back at them.
That one sounds
I know it sounds mean. I'm sorry.
That one's made up by Matt.
Don't spit on camels.
The winner of, I guess the one who gets their camel, in the right direction across the finish line is presented with, I think it's a trophy from, and this is interesting, from the Afghani ambassador who comes all the way, I assume, from a larger city to Alice Springs to kind of preside over the event and present the trophy.
Wow, that's interesting. That's the end, everybody. And if you're interested in learning more about camels or Australia or camel spitting, we've got lots of content on howstuffworks.com. If you're interested in learning more about history or how camels arrived in Australia, check out the Stuff You Missed in History Class podcast. They've got an awesome episode on the early exploration of Australia.
Yeah, it's called Into the Ghastly Blank. It's interesting.
Oh, yes. So, have a wonderful day, everybody.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com and let us know what you think. Email travelpodcast@howstuffworks.com. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts, free on iTunes.